the college football experience, Fresno State Bulldogs 2022 season preview episode on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by WynnBET. Bet $50 at WynnBET and get $200 in free bets. Bet big, win bigger with WynnBET. Download the WynnBET app now or visit wynnbet.com. That's WYNNBet.com and start winning today. We're also brought to you by Sleeper. You already play fantasy on Sleeper, but now you can win cold hard cash with their brand new over under game. Just head to sleeper.com/SGP on your phone to join the SGPN group, and Sleeper will automatically match your first deposit up to $100. That's sleeper.com/SGP. And last but not least, we're brought to you by us. Yes, the SGPN app is live in the App Store and Google Play Store. It is free to download, so grab that thing and let it ride.
This is Mike Leach, head football coach at Mississippi State, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Yes. Woo! Welcome to the college football experience, Fresno State Bulldogs season preview episode. My name is Colby, swinging database dad, aka Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
Nobody knows nothing. Somebody knows. Double the price, but no one touches Dundee.
You know I love me some Fresno State football as we cruise through all 131 FBS teams. And if you're watching on YouTube, which you should be, subscribe to the college football experience. You'll see me swimming and just going through the motion of all these college football teams. I am joined by my co-host, former JMU Duke defensive back. Give it up for the burrito eating, sideline kiss stealing, wheeling and dealing, Patty C in the place to be.
Hi. Baby.
Boom! Gave you a nice smooth song because I think it's smooth sailing when you talk Jeff Tedford and Fresno State football. Patty
Now,
C.
what makes you so sure about that?
I think he's one of the most underrated coaches in America.
Okay, I'm listening.
Okay, and I think Fresno State is a good program. You look back to I remember the days, you go far enough back with Jim Sweeney and Trent Dilford, then to Pat Hill, who had a great run there.
Pat Hill absolutely had a great run there.
Bill Parcells guy,
a very live dog under Pat Hill.
Oh, they definitely was a thorn in a lot of Power 5 programs. Then they went to Tim DeRuyter, and he had some issues. Look, his final season there in 2016, he was just 1-11 at Fresno State. How does that happen? Right?
He improved from year 1 to 2, 9 to 11, but after that, 11, 6, 3, 1 wins.
And so 1-11, and Jeff Tedford, former Fresno State Bulldog himself, played ball at Fresno State.
What did Jeff Tedford do? No, let's like recap here. Tim DeRuyter in his last year in 2016 what was his record?
1-11.
1-11. What did Jeff Tedford do in his first year at Fresno in 2017?
10-4 with the bowl win over the Houston Cougars.
Okay, maybe.
1 win to 10.
1 to 10. But what did he do after that? Was that a fluke?
No. Then the next year, 12-2, won the Mountain West.
Okay.
And then in year 3, they did go 4-8, but he had health problems. So I think we can definitely put an asterisk there. And if you look at Jeff Tedford's career, he doesn't normally give you losers that often. He had to retire because of a health problem, right? He had a heart problem, a heart procedure. So in the middle of the year, that was plaguing him. And so it was kind of just a crazy year. You know what I mean? Like you're not able to focus on football the way that you should when you have health issues that could potentially.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, he coached at California for what, 11 years.
Gave him a couple top 10 finishes.
There you go. 9 winning seasons in 11 years.
Yeah, and 2 double-digit win seasons. They haven't had any since. Makes no sense. You might remember Aaron Rodgers, Marshawn Lynch. Those were Jeff Tedford guys. You know,
I remember Aaron Rodgers going 24 for 25 against USC and beating them when they were number 2 in the country.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how he's not a Power 5 head coach. I wondered that before when he won at Boise for the Mountain West Championship on the Smurf turf in 2018. I sit there and I go, how the fuck is like, hey, Colorado?
Wait, didn't he go to Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
He was with the Bucks for a little bit. But you know, this guy's a proven winner.
Yeah.
He's a proven winner. You go back and look, Patty C, do you remember 2016? Chris Peterson was going to hire Jeff Tedford as his offensive coordinator. He actually did, right? He announced it, but then Tedford got called in to do the so he was at Washington for a cup of coffee, but I believe that was the year Washington went to the college football playoff. So
lo and behold,
yeah,
interesting coincidence.
I mean, he's a damn good coach, man. He's a damn good coach, and I don't understand. I mean, look, I'm happy he's
to
at
this
Fresno.
day he remains one of the top quarterback whisperers in the country.
Yeah, and they have a Heisman candidate this year, and he was about to go follow Caleb DeBauer to Washington. That's another thing. Caleb DeBauer, guess how he got a start at Fresno?
How's that?
He was the offensive coordinator
For one, Jeff Tedford.
Jeff Tedford, yes. And now Caleb DeBauer goes on to Washington, and he was trying to bring in Jake Haener, the star quarterback for Fresno State, who's you can find some Heisman odds on him.
Who could blame him? Good for what? 33 touchdowns, 9 interceptions.
Yeah, and he's a beast. But the problem here is that Haener was recruited by Tedford.
Yeah.
Tedford was just here. So what happens is DeBauer goes for Washington. The job is open. Tedford's like, okay, my health is better now.
Yeah.
Can I get back in?
God bless Jeff Tedford.
At my alma mater. They bring him in, and Jake Haener then reverses his commitment to Washington.
Yeah.
Says, I'm staying at Fresno.
I'm playing for the GOAT.
And that's what I mean. Is like, I think this is going to be a very smooth transition because he recruited most of these players.
Yeah. Jeff Tedford, as far as actual West Coast vibes, is he along the West Coast the most reputable coach? Would you say?
I mean, I got to pull up. I mean, does Leach get some love for that?
Leach, what is his coaching?
Well, he was born in California, but I believe raised in Wyoming.
He's been all over the place.
Yeah.
I feel like Leach is a man of the world. Okay. But I feel like he does have some West
Chris
Coast.
Peterson, California ties.
Yeah, that's a good point. Chris Peterson challenges Tedford for West Coast Coach 1A. But aside from that, it's a pretty short list. I feel like Pete Carroll, maybe,
but
he's in the pro ranks.
So new offensive coordinator is Kirby Moore, right? Kirby Moore, former head coach of the Atlanta Legends in the AAF, getting some love with our boy Tedford.
There you go.
Last year they're the 26th best scoring offense in America, 90th in rush offense, but 9th in pass offense. They were 14th in total offense. Number 14.
Hold on. I'm sorry. Can you rattle those numbers off to me again?
26th in scoring offense.
Yes.
90th in rushing offense. 9th in passing offense.
90th in rushing offense, 9th in passing offense,
and 14th in total offense.
Their passing offense must have been so impressive to be 90th in rushing offense and 14th in total offense.
And they were a decent run team. That's what I'm saying. So, I got news for you folks. If you're a Mountain West fan, if you're facing Fresno State, watch the fuck out because Jake Haener's back. I think you can make the case he's one of the best quarterbacks in America. And his duo of wideouts are back, and that is Jalen Cropper, who was a DFS just animal, and Josh Kelly.
Cropper good for almost 900 yards, 85 receptions,
dude,
899 yards,
and I think he missed a couple. But
Kelly good for 778. They're throwing the ball all over the field.
They are throwing the ball all over the field, and I think they're going to be doing it again, Patty C. I really think this team is loaded. You look at last year's team, Patty C, with Kalen DeBauer. They were 10-3, but if you look at the losses, short of the Boise State game, Boise did whoop their ass, right? But
what was the score of that one?
Boise, they
40-14.
Yes.
Youch at home.
That was a tough stretch though. They come back from beating San Diego State.
Welcome to Boise State football.
Yeah. But if you look at the other losses at Oregon, that was a game. Had Kayvon Thibodeau not forced that fumble, I mean, I thought they were neck and neck with Oregon. They actually outgained Oregon in that game.
Yeah, I mean, to put it in perspective, Oregon beat Ohio State on the road as opposed to at home by the same margin the following week.
They beat UCLA and Chip Kelly, which LSU couldn't do in the Rose Bowl. Their only blemish there was Hawaii by 3 on the island in a game that what's funny is I went to sleep. They were up, I think 24-10, and I thought they would win this game.
Well, I think
they
there's
didn't.
A certain song that needs to be played here.
Well, that's what I mean.
Fresno found that out the hard way last year. It is not paradise all the time.
So Jeff Tedford comes back, but man, is he loaded. When you bring back those receivers, when you bring back 4 of 5 on the offensive line, and Jake Haener, and look, okay, you lose Ronnie Rivers, son of Reggie Rivers.
Right there. 4 on the offensive line and Jake Haener.
And Jalen Cropper and Josh Kelly. They're
top two receivers.
Yeah. Ew. They're going to be filth. They do lose Ronnie Rivers at running back, and he was good out of the backfield, son of Reggie Rivers, former Denver Bronco.
He was their leading rusher?
Yes.
Wait. Ronnie Rivers, if I'm looking at this correctly, which I'm not, Mims was their second leading rusher.
So Jordan Mims is their guy now.
But Rivers was 788, Mims was 710.
Yeah.
So it wasn't that big of a difference.
So you're not really losing much going to Jordan Mims. I really like this offense. I think it's with Tedford back, I actually think it could be better. Look, I mean, Jeff Tedford, no disrespect to Kalen DeBauer, but Jeff Tedford has been doing winners long before, has putting together winning seasons and throwing the ball all over the field.
When Kalen DeBauer was in diapers.
Yeah. Defensively, Kevin Coyle comes in. Love this hire at defensive coordinator because this is Pat Hill's old DC from 1997 to 2000.
Man, Kevin Coyle started his college coaching career in 1978, a veteran to the game.
And when you look at what they have, Patty C, I mean, 2 of 4 back on the defensive line, led by Leonard Payne Jr. 2 of 3 back in the linebacking core, led by Lavelle Bailey. Oh, he was only all conference last year. Oh, 3 of 4 in the secondary back, led by all conference safety Evan Williams. Shout out to Evan Williams. Better than Jack Daniels. Better than Jack Daniels.
Bold statement.
I gotta say that
for the price, without a doubt.
No, for the actual taste.
I would say
the actual taste.
The product is comparable. The price is clearly superior.
I actually prefer the taste.
There it is, Kobe D.
Less sugar.
I would trust Kobe D. He's more of an alcoholic than I am. Although I'm the one drinking the beer right now. So.
I know you see first team offense: Jake Haener, Jordan Mims, Jalen Cropper, Josh Kelly. I mean, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. This team is loaded. All right, on the defensive line, David Perales is a guy that is all team or second team all defense. Obviously, Evan Williams, their punter, even made it in there. Carson King. A Carson from California? No. Patty C. I think this team's going to be really good this year.
Yeah.
And
tell me, I know we're going to dive into the transfer portal in a second.
Yes. Transfer portal. We're going to talk recruiting. We're going to talk what Vegas, and how about these sweet graphics? Shout out to the graphics team with the
What do we think about the uniforms? I mean, the logo we've already discussed. Maybe the best bulldog in college football.
I was a huge fan of the uniforms in the late 90s, early 2000s. These are pretty good, but they're not what they were. I feel like they were better back then.
Who was that running back that played for the Chargers? Ryan Matthews.
Yeah.
God, he looked dope in a Fresno uniform.
Fresno has ballers, dude. People don't know. If you're on the East Coast and you're just like, well, what is Fresno State? This program is like, I consider it like the East Carolina of the West.
Yeah. I mean, I think that might be a slight on Fresno, to be honest. I hate to give you a little.
they got ballers,
dude. I thought Ryan Matthews, when I saw him in college, I was like, that dude has the body of like fucking Adrian Peterson. He did well for a few years. He didn't quite have the longevity.
He had a good career. I think.
He had a decent career. Yeah. But no, they've had some talent there.
Oh, I mean, how many quarterbacks? Talk about quarterback. People want to say that's what's hilarious. We can mention like Miami hasn't had a quarterback in forever, it seems like.
Yeah.
And you could sit there and just rattle them off. I mean, let's go Trent Dilfer.
Yeah.
Let's go David Carr, Derek Carr, Tim Brandsetter, Billy Volek. I mean, these guys all played in the NFL, dude.
No one is better prepared to talk about Fresno players.
I'm probably forgetting some.
Let me see if I can.
They produce QBs, man.
Let me see if I can rattle off. When should I start?
Running backs: Aaron Craver, Ryan Matthews, Reggie Rivers, who I alluded to. Who was that running back they had in the '90s that was pretty? Michael Pittman. Remember Michael Pittman?
Yeah.
Wide receivers. I mean, Henry Ellard. Remember Henry Ellard for the Rams?
Dude, I'm looking at this list.
Stephon Page.
Colby did is something special here.
David Dunn as a wide receiver. I'm forgetting someone.
I'm in the company of a genius.
Devontae Adams.
There you go.
Just got paid a shit ton of money by
How
the
about
Raiders.
this one? Logan Mankins.
Yes,
guard.
Patriots. Yeah,
of the Patriots. Yeah, that's a fucking high quality football player.
Marquez Pope on the defensive backfield. I mean, they produce players, bro.
Let me see if I can pull up someone that really stands out in recent. I mean, I guess you got to say Derek Carr. He's still starting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still starting on an NFL roster.
And you know who his wide receiver is?
Who's that?
Devontae Adams, who's like a top 10 wide receiver in the NFL. Fresno State.
There it is.
Bernard Berrien. Remember Bernard Berrien? These teams have players, man. They've had players for a long while.
Colby D knows his fucking Fresno football.
They can play.
That's
man.
for sure.
They were hot, dude. Back before when football was way better, when you could actually hit.
Yeah.
When you played Fresno State, you were signing up to get fucking hit. They were.
Isn't that
they were like the US, like who was like Miami or USC who just had hard hitters?
Yeah.
Or Florida State or something.
Assholes.
Fresno State was that in the 90s, dude. Fresno State, you tune in, you're like, oh my God, these cornerbacks and these linebackers and safeties just load up.
It fucking sucks that the sport of football has no room for this straight mean ass mother effer anymore. That is what the sport of football was made for. Not for some fucking quarterback, right? Not for some prissy ass wide receiver. It's like boxing. It's like made for the kid in the fucking hood who's like, this is the only way I get the fuck out of here.
Is that what happened to you with JMU? You were like, this is the only way to eat a burrito on the sidelines?
Alcohol saved my life at JMU. Or else I'd have CTE right now.
Last night, some alcohol saved my life. All right, Patty C, we're going off the tracks here.
Right,
let's talk Fresno State football. I want to get us paid. We're going to talk transfer portal. We're going to talk the schedule. We're going to talk recruiting rankings all in 1 second here. But first, like I said, got to get us paid. The college football experience. Fresno State Bulldogs season preview on the Sports Gambling Podcast Networks presented by WynnBET. Bet $50 at WynnBET and get $200 in free bets. Bet big, win bigger with WynnBET. Download the WynnBET app now or visit wynnbet.com. That's WYNNBet.com and start winning today. We're also brought to you by Sleeper. You already play fantasy on Sleeper, but now you can win cold, hard cash with their brand new over-under game. Just head to sleeper.com/SGP on your phone to join the SGPN group, and Sleeper will automatically match your first deposit up to $100. That's sleeper.com/SGP. We're also brought to you by us. Yes, the SGPN app is live in the App Store and Google Play Store. It is free to download. It is your home for all of our picks and podcasts. So grab that thing today and let it ride. We're also brought to you by IP Vanish. Did you know that browsing online using incognito mode doesn't actually protect your privacy? That's right. Without added security, you might as well be giving away all your private data to hackers, advertisers, your ISP, and other prying eyes. That's why here at SGPN Studios, we use IP Vanish VPN to make it easy to stay truly private and secure on the internet. IP Vanish helps you safely browse the internet by encrypting 100% of your data. That means your private details, your emails, your passwords, your communication, your browsing history, and more will be completely shielded from falling into the wrong hands. Even your physical location is hidden. So go to ipvanish.com/SGP and use that promo code SGP and claim 70% off your savings. That's ipvanish.com/SGP. All right, we are back talking Fresno State Bulldogs. Subscribe on YouTube as we just go rattle off Patty C, the transfer portal. I'm going to go ahead and say they won the transfer portal. All right. Just going to go out on a gander.
All righty.
They went and got Matt Robinson, quarterback, Illinois. Depth at quarterback.
Nice.
Defensive end, Josh Picola from Stanford.
Spicoli? They got him?
Yes, Spicoli. Offensive tackle or offensive lineman, I think. Jacob Isaiah from Michigan State. Running back Simi Bakare from Missouri. Athlete Nick Deambra from Western Illinois, a Leatherneck.
Nice.
Wide receiver Nikko Remigio from Cal. Former 4-star linebacker Raymond Scott from USC.
Man.
Cornerback Cameron Lockridge from Hawaii. Defensive end Andre Fox from Stanford, and linebacker Veltre Jefferson from Utah. They got that. I mean,
They're
short of a one Western
stockpile.
Illinois. Yeah. I mean, there's some guys that left. Not really. I mean, like a cornerback Wyland Free went to Georgia Southern. I think they lost like a couple other, a guy to Northern Colorado, running back Jordan Hornbeek, and an offensive tackle to Portland State, but they didn't really lose that much. This is the definition of winning the transfer portal. Shout out to Jeff Tedford.
What do you think? How many of these guys?
Well, instantly, I think the 4-star from USC will be playing.
Yeah.
I would also assume some of those other defensive skill positions like Veltre Jefferson, the linebacker from Utah, will probably be getting some burn.
We got Illinois, Stanford, Michigan State, Missouri, USC, Cal, and another Stanford again, and a Utah. It's a lot of Power 5 talent they got coming in.
Yeah, they're legit and they return a ton. So I don't know how many will be on the field because of what they return. Returning 16 starters. That's
huge.
That's a lot of talent.
A lot of starters. That transfer portal ranking is good for number 1 in the conference. That's nice. 30
in the Mountain West. Yes, number 1 in the Mountain West.
35th nationally. Pretty damn high.
That's what I'm saying. Buddy.
A nice little transfer class.
Watch out now. How about recruiting rankings overall, buddy?
Recruiting rankings. Last 5 years, 92, 86, 103. But when did Tedford? I guess Tedford just joined. Last 2 years, 75 and 68. So getting better within the conference. That's
seems
good.
like the year that he was sick was the year that
they dropped off to 100. What was that? 2020.
Yeah.
COVID. Yeah. COVID shit hit the fan. But aside from that, 2021 and 2022, they've gotten better within the conference. That's been good for 5, 3, 4, 4, 3. So pretty consistent actually, despite the variance at the national level. Their composite rank. Get this. Their 4-year composite rank 83, 83, 83, and 94. That's good for 4, 4, 3, and 2. They're the same team every freaking year, but they have a lot of returning talent. So I think this year is bound to be a little better.
Well, I can tell you this: they're not the 83rd best team in the nation. They're like the 20th best team in the nation.
There's a feather in your argument that recruiting rankings don't necessarily tell the story.
I mean, this team, like I said, we'll see. We're gonna get
into.
What
do you think? Their composite ranking within the conference has been 4, 4, 3, and 2 for the last 4 years. Has that been approximately their finishing position within the?
No, they won the Mountain West one of those years.
Okay, so
yeah,
obviously not entirely perfect, but somewhere in that range. I guess you can't get a whole lot higher than 4, 4, 3, and 2.
Yeah,
we expect them to be one of the more talented teams year in, year out within the conference. They have proven to be that. So fuck you, Colby. The recruiting rankings,
not 83rd.
Well, nationally, yeah, they're performing well above that on a national level in their non-conference play. So
bring it on. All right, bring it on, buddy. Colby. All right. Well, Las Vegas says a sweet graphic here. Shout out to the SGPN graphics team. Says 8.5 wins. Patty C. 8.5. Wait, let me get this straight. This team brings back almost everybody. They won 10 games a season ago. Patty C. What am I missing here?
They won 3 and 4 the 2 years prior to that. Granted, one of those was
COVID when they played 5 games.
3 and 3.
Yeah, 6 games. Yeah.
So, but before that, 4 and 8.
Well, that was the year though. But go back to the last year that he was healthy, and you're gonna see what Jeff Tedford's doing. Let's hop into it. Thursday, September 1st, buddy. The Mustangs of Cal Poly. They ditched the triple option. They did. Stop.
Okay, let's go.
They did the triple option. They're running the air raid now at Bulldog Stadium in Fresno. This is an ass whooping. Last time they played them, I think they won by like 70.
Cal Poly is a terrible football team.
John Madden though, from there.
My niece from there.
There you go. So 1-0. Yeah, week 2 they host Oregon State.
This
Oregon
is an
State,
interesting one.
Well, if you listen to our Boise State preview, we took Oregon State to beat Boise week 1 in Corvallis, and I said, I bet you Oregon State gets that, but they lose in the Valley, taking on Fresno State. I got Fresno State at 2-0.
Bold statement. I'll ride with you.
If it was in Corvallis, I would take Oregon State.
Let's do a quick rerun of what happened last year. They lost at Oregon by 7, right?
Yeah.
They did beat UCLA on the road, right? They beat Cal Poly 63-10 last year. Okay, so that's a safe win, right?
Yeah.
Only beat UNLV by 8. Lost at Hawaii by 3. So a little tough stretch in the beginning of the season. Beat Wyoming, beat Nevada, beat San Diego State on the road. Great win. Tough loss at Boise, like you said, but then beat New Mexico, whoop New Mexico, whoop San Diego State or San Jose State, and then beat UTEP. So I think for the most part, the games that we expect them to win, they do win.
Do you have them 2-0?
I think I do. I think they beat Oregon State, although that is clearly a coin flip.
I think I favor Fresno.
Even with Tedford in his first year back, you don't think there's going to be any
He
hiccup?
recruited these guys. He was just there 2 years ago.
Was he there for the spring?
I don't know. But this past spring, yeah. Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Okay, so the spring, within the spring, the summer, I agree with you. You get those extra 20 practices, that's huge.
Yeah. Week 3, Patty C, they head down to the Coliseum. They are always giving USC
They
fits.
catch USC at a nice point.
Dude, watch out. Lincoln Riley, is there a chance the best quarterback on the field is going to be in Bulldog colors?
I don't think there's a chance. I think it's a definite situation, right? After last year's stats, Caleb Williams had some decent games, but it wasn't a statistical dominance that made him what he was. And
they say the weakness of this USC team is going to be their defense. Watch out.
Watch out.
Watch out. That's all I'm going to say.
Got to give it to USC.
I'm going to go USC too. So I got them 2-1. They get a bye week before heading over to Rensselaer Field in East Hartford to take on the Yukon Huskies. Tough regional battle here.
Team they beat 45-0 in Fresno last year.
This is an ass whooping. I'm sorry, Mora's not there yet.
I'm glad they took the bye before their road trip to UConn.
Yeah.
Really wise spot for that bye.
But the next week, so 3-1 out the gate, right?
Yeah.
The next week they are going to Boise.
Back to back road, cross country trip.
That's a tough spot to catch Boise.
They're gonna take the L there.
I think they take an L, right?
Yeah.
So 3-2. They're home to San Jose State. I think they're ahead of San Jose State. They beat
them 40-9 last year.
So
assume they do it again.
I got them then at 4-2, right?
Yeah.
You too, right?
Yep.
Then they're at Dreamstyle Stadium in Albuquerque against New Mexico. I'm sorry, they're not going to beat New Mexico's not going to beat Fresno.
34-7.
5-2,
yep.
Right? They host San Diego State in Fresno. Now this is a great game, but I think they have too much firepower for San Diego State.
Haener is fucking awesome.
That's what I'm saying. They have too much firepower for them. I think they beat San Diego State.
We're going to have to hold ourselves accountable for that later on, though.
Yeah.
Because I'm tempted to give San Diego State a lot of credit, but I do think Haener's excellent. So,
well, I mean, they beat him last year in San Diego.
30-20 in Snap. Well, I guess it wasn't Snapdragon at the time.
Whatever, Carson. Yeah.
This
is at Bulldog Stadium, though.
It's slightly better than 50% odds for Fresno. So I'm going to give.
I don't think San Diego State. See, San Diego State plays that ground and pound stuff. I don't think they're not fit for Fresno. Fresno fires the laser all over the fucking field. I'm going to take Fresno to get that done.
Well, let me see the recent history here. Relatively even rivalry here. 3 of the last 4 in Fresno's favor over San Diego State, but of the last 6, 3-3. So,
but Haener's got their number then,
and it's in Fresno.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Bulldogs.
That's what I'm saying. So after that, we have Hawaii, who I think is a dumpster fire right now.
Yeah,
coming to Bulldog Stadium. I think Fresno's going to.
Although Hawaii beat them last year at the Hornets Nest that is the Ching Center.
Yes.
But the fact that it comes home to Fresno, got to give that to Fresno.
So I got them at 7-2, and then they go at UNLV on a
That's a win.
Yeah, 8-2. At Nevada.
You expect the wheels to fall off after?
I do. I think Nevada's a mess right now.
Jay Norvell leaves.
Yeah.
8. Oh wait, that puts them at what? 9-2.
9-2, and then they're home to Wyoming, which is a tricky game. But Wyoming's kind of like San Diego State. They're this like physical ground and pound team.
You've already got them on the over.
Yeah, I like this one, and I think it might be lock worthy.
10-2 for Jeffy Ted.
Let me ask you something.
Hefe Tedford.
Would it shock you? Tedford won the Mountain West Championship in Boise just a couple years ago. If they beat Boise on October 8th, you can look at potentially a really, really good season, 11-1 or something. But I don't want to get ahead of myself. But I think
Jeff Tedford's first season in 2017 at Fresno. What did he do?
10 wins.
10-4.
Yeah.
And we're projecting we had 10 wins this time.
Yeah.
And then he did 12 wins the next year.
Yeah.
Are we going off the rails by projecting 10 wins here?
No.
After they did what last year?
I actually think I'm going to lock the over here.
What did they do last year again?
They won 10 games.
They won 10. So we're just kind of expecting them.
And they bring back their whole fucking team. If anything, they got better from a coaching standpoint. You got better from a roster standpoint.
I'm just making sure we're not fucking giving Jeff Tedford too much credit here. You don't think we are?
Fresno.
Nice adjustment there.
I'm going to take the over. Think about your actions right now. I think
I feel like I'm taking the over a lot. I'm gonna have to fucking monitor my overtakes here, but it does feel pretty solid here.
I'm on the over. The only thing that could hurt this would be like if Haener got injured or something.
Yeah. But Tedford's a quarterback whisperer. He'll have a guy ready.
I agree.
I
think this might be a lock in December, or not December. God damn it, I can't talk. In August. So stay tuned. Give me the Bulldogs on the over. All right, folks, subscribe to the College Football Experience. We're breaking down all 131 teams. You can find us, anywhere you can listen to podcasts or on YouTube. So check us out. We are on Twitter at TCE on SGPN. I'm on Twitter at TheColbyD. Patty C is on Twitter at PattyC831. NC Nick is on Twitter at NC_NICK. By the way, shout out to my guy Matt Nation out there. All right, big time Fresno Bulldog fan. Check out all of our podcasts. Check out the SGPN network. We also host the College Basketball Experience. Fresno's got a good basketball team. So check us out. I think you'll dig it. Even the College Baseball Experience. Fresno's they've been all right. Check that out too. Get the SGPN app. You'll have access to all of our podcasts, sports gambling podcasts already covering the NFL. And if you're a Niners fan or a Rams fan or whatever, Raiders fan, we got you covered there. Subscribe. Get the SGPN app. Check out the Slack channel, Sports Gambling Podcast. We always talk Fresno State stuff.
What do you think about Fresno as an area of California?
I've done stand up in Fresno, and I think
it gets a bad rap. To me, I find Fresno freaking beautiful.
It is beautiful, but it gets hot as shit. I was doing stand up in like June there a couple. I'm
a desert guy though, man. I love
my
like soul is in the
degrees.
It does get hot.
It's just sweat.
I was watching
the
UCLA versus Gonzaga game up in Fresno at some roadside strip club slash whatever restaurant. It was the first thing that I pulled off on into Fresno was a strip club / restaurant. So that probably tells you everything.
How was the food?
Come on.
All right, folks, subscribe. And let's do this damn thing. This is the College Football Experience, Fresno State Bulldog style. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here.